have a bunch of new makeup that we're going to be testing in today's video. I did a YouTube Shorts where I asked you guys if you wanted me to test out the new Milani Luminoso collection. I have the eyeshadow palette as well as the new Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight. And I also have the new Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. This is their new tubing mascara. I asked you guys if you'd be interested in seeing a review. It was unanimous. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be reviewing all of these new products. They also had on that display the Milani, the OG Luminoso blush. This is a little sample that I have. This has been around since the beginning of time. I don't know how long, but it's been around forever. So I may use this depending on what the Cheek Kiss is going to be like. I think this is supposed to be a blush and highlighted one, so we're going to see what that formulation is like and what the finish is going to look like on the skin. We're also going to be trying a new primer and powder from Hailey's Beauty, as well as, once again, using the Blur Bare With Me foundation from NYX and the In Real Life Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer from Makeup Revolution. I did a YouTube Shorts testing these out, so this is not my first time using these, but I did want to use them again in a trying on new makeup. All right, so let's jump into the primer. I picked these up off of QVC. I have not used QVC in a while, but then I got an email saying that I had like 30 days to use my card or it was going to be deactivated. So I went on ahead and I grabbed this little duo set. I've heard that Hailey's Beauty makes really good products, so I decided, you know, let me go ahead and pick this up, and that way I'll use my card and it won't get deactivated. The primer is the Refine Soft Matte Poreless Primer. The claims are that it's supposed to, you know, blur pores, leave this kind of silky smooth finish, and it's supposed to extend the wear of makeup. I'm really excited about giving this primer a try. I really need like a new mattifying primer. So let's go ahead and toss this on. I'm just going to massage it into where I need the blurring. So in the pores, forehead, I have a red spot right here in the middle of my nose. I have like a little bump right there that's making me look like Rudolph. So we're definitely going to be covering that up today. This finish feels like super, super silky. It almost has like a silicone-y feel to it. It is blurring. I'm going to give it a second to see how much it mattifies before I move on to the foundation. I'm interested in seeing how the foundation works over this. Like I said, I've used the foundation already. I love it, but this would be my first time using it over this particular primer. The finish is definitely a soft matte finish. It's not like super matte. It looks really nice. I'm definitely seeing a blurring going on. All right, let's move on to our foundation. We're going to be using, once again, the NYX Bare With Me Blur Foundation. My shade is in 10 medium. There are 24 shades, retails for $14. Let me see what it says the claims are. 24 shades, first of all, it's not like the best shade range, but they do have a decent amount of shades going from light to deep. So a lot of people should be able to find a shade that works for them, which is good. Now let's see what the claims are supposed to be. It's a lightweight formula, delivers up to 12 hours of hydration. It helps to minimize the appearance of pores, dark spots, blemishes, and skin imperfections. It blurs and smooths the skin's texture. Offers up to 16 hours of comfortable, breathable wear. Controls shine without an ashy or cakey finish. Yes, it did that. I have oily skin, and this left my skin with a soft, matte finish all day long. It looked so freaking beautiful. Fade and transfer resistant, 24 skin enhancing shades. It's also vegan and cruelty free, which is nice. So let's go ahead and throw this on our face. I'm just going to apply this using my Total Face Sponge from e.l.f. It's my absolute favorite way of applying foundation. So have any of you guys tried this yourselves? If you have, tell me what your experience has been with it and what your skin type is. I mean, as you can see already, it looks so freaking beautiful on the skin. And it's blending really nicely over this primer as well. You know, when you're using like a new foundation over a new primer, you never know what it's going to look like, but it's actually looking really, really good. And the coverage on this is so nice. Let's cover up the redness on my nose. Oh my God, you see that? It did such a good job of covering that. The finish of this foundation looks so freaking nice. It has done such a good job of covering like the redness around my nose and a little redness on my chin. As you can see, everything just looks so freaking smooth. I am loving it. Now we're going to move on to the Revolution in Real Life Filter Finish Concealer. I have not used the foundation yet. Let me know, guys, what you think of the Filter Finish in Real Life foundation, if it's something you think I should try out. But I have really been enjoying this concealer. I have the shade C10. The concealer comes in 16 shades. It's actually a pretty good shade range from light to deep, which I'm liking. Full coverage, breathable, lightweight. Effortless blend. I agree with that. It blended out beautifully when I tried it the first time. 16-hour wear, soft matte finish, oil-free, crease-proof, sweat-proof, waterproof, cruelty-free. It did crease a little bit. I will not say that it's crease-proof, but it's definitely crease-resistant. It did do a really good job of leaving my under eyes smooth. I do get a lot of creasing under here, and it did a really good job with that. I like the angled doe foot. So what I did was I applied it just in here. I usually use a color corrector, but when I use a new concealer, I like to see how it's going to perform on its own without a corrector. And the first time that I used this, it did a really good job on its own. Let's go in and blend it out. I mean, look at that. It looks so good. So natural. So smooth. It really brightens under the eyes as well, which I really liked. How smooth it looks. It's so freaking pretty. So far, brands have hit it out of the park with their new face products. I did order the one from Juvia's Place as well. Did I order? Yeah, I did. I did order the new one from Juvia's Place and the one from Essence as well. I mean, I just did a foundation declutter, and here I am already building up my base products. Already. Quick little channel update. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I usually upload 3 to 4 times a week. What I'm wanting to do is to focus more on shorts. So YouTube shorts, reels, TikToks. I've even been uploading on Facebook as well. I still would like to upload 3 times a week if I can, but instead of it being 3 to 4, it'll be more like 2 to 3. I want to focus more on quality over quantity. So I don't want to like do a video just to do a video. I want my videos to look a little bit better, have a little bit more thought. I'm really wanting to elevate my channel. You know, I'm wanting to be taken a little more seriously with this. This has never been just a hobby for me. This has always been an investment. I've always hoped that this channel could be something that I could eventually, you know, make some kind of viable living from. And going into February, I will have been on YouTube for exactly 3 years. So I'm about to start my 4th year on YouTube. So yeah, I would like to, you know, kind of elevate things a little bit. My nose is looking so good. You know, when you have like a little blemish on the tip, sometimes the foundation and stuff doesn't stick. But the combination of that primer, the foundation, the concealer, it's actually looking pretty good. My face has a blurred, soft, matte finish. I mean, it is looking so freaking pretty. I am so impressed. So impressed. All right, moving into powder. We're going to be using the Retouch powder from Hailey's Beauty. This is the Soft Focus Setting Powder. What does it say the claims are? It is an ultra blurring, weightless setting powder that instantly smooths imperfections and extends the wear of makeup. It also says it gives you 0 flashback. I never really do flash photography, so, you know, no flashback is not something that I really am concerned about. I really like just the very nice, clean, you know, look of the Hailey's Beauty's products. Are so nice. I do have the new Milani setting powder. I have not had a chance to use it yet. I think I'm going to use it with that Juvia's Place foundation when that does get here. And we'll just like test those 2 products out together. A little ASMR here. I'm just going to tap this into my lid. The way that I like to apply powder is using a sponge. That just always works the best for me. I don't know if this is supposed to be translucent. It's not actually saying anywhere in the packaging, but I think that it is. No fragrance. So we're going to take it and just start lightly blending in. Oh, that's nice. That's blending right into the skin. It's helping to give my blurred looking skin even more of a... That's pretty. I'll tell you one thing, my face is definitely matte. It's like a soft matte, but definitely matte. One thing that I will say real quickly as far as that foundation, it's supposed to be hydrating. I did not find it hydrating at all. I found it to be matte. So if you do have dry skin, you might want to use like a hydrating base underneath it. Because if it looked matte on my skin and I have oily skin, then it may not give you the hydration that you're actually looking for if you do have skin that's more on the drier side. I just wanted to mention that real quick. For brows, I'm going to be using the $1 Billion Brows. This is a waterproof micro brow pencil. The shade is in Taupe. It's the Brows on Point. This is one of my favorite brow pencils. It's nothing new. I decided to go ahead and order this when I ordered the Haley's Beauty products from QVC, because if you saw my declutters, you know I really do not have like any brow products. I needed to add some more. I'm going to do this part off camera, and then we'll come back and move on to our blush, highlight, and eyeshadow. I went ahead and did my bronzer off camera too. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon What Shady Peaches. This is the one that I currently have in my shop, my stash. Such a gorgeous bronzer. For cheeks, I have the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight in Luminoso, and then the OG Luminoso Baked Blush. I'm going to see what the formulation and finish of this one is like first. I may not even need to use the blush. So I'm going to take a little bit on my hand. It has a little soft, spongy tip. Well, that is pretty. It looks just like the blush, just a little more highlighty. On my skin, that is definitely going to be a straight highlight. That is not going to be like blushy at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little bit of this blush and then put the highlight along my cheekbones. As you guys know, the baked blushes do have a little bit of glow on their own. So that combined with this is probably going to be really, really glowy, but I do want to give it a try. I'm going to use my AOA Studio blush brush to blend this. Just take it along the cheeks. This is such a gorgeous, everyday, glowy blush. Perfect in the springtime. I'm going to take just the tiniest amount and go along the cheeks, just to add a little bit of extra highlight right there. That really is pretty. It's not lifting the product underneath. It's glowy but very smooth. Like I'm not seeing a lot of my texture coming through. That's really nice. Before we jump into our eyeshadow palette, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids real quick using my Milani eyeshadow primer. I haven't used this in a while, but I thought since we're trying out a bunch of new products from Milani, I would pull my Milani primer back out. We're just going to throw together a really quick look. I'm going to take my fluffy brush from Blend Bunny here, and we're just going to go into Halo, which is this peachy shade on the top. This color story is nothing revolutionary. I think we all have, you know, shades like this in our collections. Mainly, I'm just testing out the formula more so than, you know, the color story. Milani shadows can be very hit or miss, so, you know, one can never know. And I think this palette was like $14, which when it comes to like drugstore, Milani like really is pushing that drugstore price. I'm going to take my detail crease brush from Beauty Bay, and we're going to go into Horizon, which is just a really pretty kind of a chocolatey shade here. I'm going to take this into the crease and then blend it out into the outer corner. The goal is to have this video up, edited, uploaded today. Today is Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure of the date. I think it's the 10th. That is a goal so that I can stay on schedule. If not, then the video will be up tomorrow, but hopefully you guys are seeing it the same day. I don't know. So far, the shadows are blending really nicely. The formula, the color story, nothing about this, you know, is unique or revolutionary. Just a really pretty peachy palette for spring. You know, I like it. I'm going to put a little extra on the outer corner here just to kind of deepen it a little bit more. For our shimmers, I think I'm going to go into Pink Moon, lay that kind of on the outer portion, and then take Luminoso and lay that in the inner portion of the eye. There's absolutely no shine whatsoever to that shadow. It's more of a satin. It's not really doing much. Let me try my finger. You know, sometimes shadows can have a little bit more shine with the finger. Okay, there we go. Still nothing, you know, that crazy or amazing or anything, but, you know, a little bit more shine with the finger. I'm going to take Luminoso, and we're just going to blend that into the inner portion of the eye. I'm just using a kind of detailed pencil-like brush. I just got this off Amazon. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my liner. I'm just going to line using my precision liner from Rare Beauty, and then we will come back and test out the mascara. Let me give my lashes a little bit of a curl. It says 93% had longer lifted lashes. It's a lash extending tubing mascara. It's supposed to give you 16 hours of flake-free wear. That's quite a claim, but we're going to test that out today. I think I'm going to do this one also in a short video that I'm going to put specifically on like Reels and maybe Instagram, just in case my Instagram followers don't see this video. That is our brush. It's kind of long and cone-shaped plastic. Let's see what kind of extension this mascara gives me. I've been using their Sky High lash extension mascara. That one is not a tubing. Currently have that one like in Project Empties. It works okay. It does make the lashes longer, but I don't really feel like it does much lifting. It definitely does not curl or volumize, and it doesn't last very long either. All right, so I am seeing length. I'm seeing extension. There's no volume, no curl, nothing like that with this mascara. What are we thinking? No mascara with mascara. Are we seeing like a huge difference or anything? What do you guys think? In my opinion, it's okay. I'm not really sitting here like overly impressed. I like a mascara that's going to lengthen, that's going to curl, that's going to give me volume. It's pretty. I will say that much. I do like the way that it looks. It's the real test to see how well it wears, if it flakes or anything, if my lashes like fall, if the curl falls or anything. But so far, it's pretty. It's not the most phenomenal mascara that I've ever used, but I do like it. If I can remember, I will put a pinned comment down below. I'm trying to do that as well. Do pinned comments in every single video. Just kind of letting you know how well the mascara wore throughout the day if I did see any flaking or anything. So for lips, I'm just going to be using one of the Milani Ludicrous matte lip crayons. I realize I have never tried these before. The shade that I have is in No Curfew. Should go pretty well with this look. I'm going to use this to line my lips and fill it in. Hopefully that will work out okay. I usually use a separate lip liner. It's pretty. Very smooth. It feels really, really smooth, which is nice. That's a really pretty shade. The formula is very smooth, and it did go on pretty easily. So there's that. All right. Final thoughts on these products. I really liked the Hailey's Beauty primer. I did notice that there's a little bit of lifting on my nose and on my chin when I was going back and doing my bronzer and all that. I don't know if it was the primer. One can never tell when you're using new products, but I did like the finish, and my face does have a very nice soft matte finish to it, which I'm absolutely loving. Still loving the Blur foundation and the In Real Life Filter Finish Concealer. Loving both these. I did like the finish on the powder. It's not my favorite finish. I do have other powders that I like more, but so far I do like it. I'm obviously going to play around with it more before I decide, my final thoughts on it. The Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in Luminoso. This was beautiful. It just looks so gorgeous on the skin. It's a very soft, peachy highlight, and surprisingly, it's not too much combined with the Luminoso blush. I actually do like the combination. It's really pretty. The Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. For me, this was just okay. It did lengthen, didn't give me any volume, didn't give me any curl. This is probably only one of 2 tubing mascaras that I have ever tried. The real test is going to see how it wears throughout the day, if it flakes or anything. Like I said, if I can remember, I will drop a pinned comment down below letting you guys know how it wore for me, how it worked for me. So far, I'm not like super impressed, but we'll see how it works out as I use it more. I really enjoyed the Retouch powder from Hailey's Beauty. It's not my favorite powder. I do have other powders that I like more, but of course I'm going to keep testing it out. I'm going to keep trying it out before I have my final thoughts on what I think about it. The Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight in Luminoso. This was beautiful. This is one of my favorite products today. It just leaves this very soft, peachy glow. And it actually was not too much with the Luminoso blush. And the blush has glow to it as well. You would think that it would just be overwhelming, but no, it's just very healthy. I really like the finish. The only product that I would say you don't need, in my opinion, is the Milani Luminoso eyeshadow palette. I don't think the formula was that great. These shimmers, they're not particularly like special or anything. There's not much shine going on. They're pretty flat. I don't really see a whole lot going on. I have shades just like these in other palettes that are just so much better. For me personally, this definitely does not add anything to my collection. If you do not have shades like these, you really want this palette, then I'd say pick it up. But do I think you need it? No. That is going to be it for this trying on new makeup video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with the channel and getting it into recommendations. If you are new and you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe. I would love it if you would consider joining my little family. Also, make sure that the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a thing. You can also follow me on my other socials, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.